Okay, so we have our vertical CSS slider on hover for our project as our project moves along, but now we want to make it so as in the project the sliders actually slide horizontally instead of vertically, and it's really not a huge step for this next part. And again, all of these files are downloadable at buildthegeek.com/members. This particular HTML file is called Basic Hors Slider Basic 101. So, and it's right under the video. You can just give it a click there. But this all comes down to one piece of CSS, and that CSS property or selector or whatever you want to call it is float left. Float left, and we have a video about float left, float right, float none. In the series, just do a search in the site and you'll find float. But anyway, here's how it works. There it is. Hoop, there it is. Hoop, there it is right there. And in our previous video, all these little sliders were over here. Ooh, ooh, magic, magic, magic. Isn't that magical? But now we're going to come over here and make it happen so that when we hover over this, ooh, you can charge a client $1 million for this. Look at that. And you may not notice, but if you look at the hover, notice that's a deep purple, and then it gets lighter. That might be an opacity setting. Let's take a look. I'm going to go into the CSS here, and notice if you go from file to file and look at the code, the only thing that has changed here is that for each menu item, let's take a peek at the source code for the HTML. All we have is 4 classes, menu 1, 2, and 3, just classes, same thing as the vertical slider. But if we go into the CSS, the only thing that we changed is float left. And float left popped all these dudes right one next to the other. One next to the other. And what else changed? Well, notice here that my RGBA value, the opacity is set to 1. That is full purple, full yellow, full aqua, full red. But down here, when we get to hover down here is set to 0.4. 0.4. 0.4. We go from 1 to 4. So it gets lighter. So on this hover, not only are we doing a transition from 40% to 0.4, well, I mean, it's just hover mania with all of these changes going on. But that was pretty simple. So now, thanks to float left, it's a beautiful world. Now all we have to do and beautify this so that on hover we add some menus in there, images, whatever you want. In the next episode, instead of on hover, we're going to go to the magical on click.